The needle drops, the static fades, and the world looks a little sharper. I am Sloane Rivera.
And I'm Julian Vance. You're listening to Stereo Current. We're digging through the crates of this week's news to find the rhythm in the noise.
Julian, the pace of the current pop cycle is enough to give even the most seasoned critic a bit of whiplash. Charli XCX is essentially living in a permanent surprise drop state at this point.
Yeah, it's brilliant, Sloane. She's turned the Brat era into a living organism. Just when you think the discourse is settling, she releases a surprise remix album with her core collaborators. It's rapid fire, it's experimental, and it's keeping everyone on their toes.
It really is, and Pitchfork was quick to highlight it this week, but what actually caught my eye in that same 10 albums to listen to now list was Feng. There's something so magnetic about a Shanghai underground artist finally catching that global wave.
Feng is the real deal. They've been working that scene for over a decade. The new album is this beautiful, almost haunting bridge between traditional Chinese instrumentation and very modern, very sharp electronic production. It's that East meets West sonic tradition, but without the cliches.
Exactly. It doesn't feel like fusion in that forced way. It feels like an evolution. NPR's New Music Friday also gave a nod to that diverse range of releases this week. It feels like a particularly rich week for discovery, Julian, from hip-hop to these niche electronic experiments.
It's a deluge, honestly, but NPR's curation helps navigate it. You've got these emerging artists standing right next to the giants. And speaking of giants, did you see the Spotify numbers? Daniel Ek is calling 2026 the year of raising ambition.
I saw that. Over 600 million monthly active users globally. It's a staggering milestone. They're leaning so hard into the algorithms and international expansion. It's a streaming dominance victory lap, essentially.
No way. But what's interesting is how the independent side is holding its own. Domino Publishing just reported a 15% revenue increase for 2025. When you have Arctic Monkeys and Vampire Weekend on the roster, you're playing a strong hand, but they're also expanding into Tokyo and Sao Paulo.
Domino is the gold standard for how an indie label can thrive without losing its soul. It proves that you can scale up globally, new offices and all, and still be the home for artists who actually care about the craft.
And while the digital numbers soar, the physical world is finding its own lane. FLOODstore just launched this new Vinyl Club initiative. They're doing the exclusive colored pressings and limited editions, which we know the collectors eat up.
It's more than just pretty plastic, though. Their model is really leaning into artist empowerment and direct fan relationships. It's about bypassing that traditional label structure where things get lost in the middle. Julian, I think it's a savvy bet on the staying power of the format.
I'm a sucker for a colored pressing, Sloane, you know this. But you're right, it's about the connection. Speaking of deep connections, Lorde's homecoming in Auckland sounded incredibly emotional. Her first New Zealand shows in years as part of the Ultrasound tour.
Right, I've seen the clips. The setlist was a total retrospective, but with a heavy lean into the new material. People flew in from everywhere for that one. She's one of those rare artists who can maintain that level of intimacy even when she's playing to a massive crowd.
And on the other side of the pop nostalgia coin, Hilary Duff is officially back on the road, the Lucky Tour for 2026 and 2027. It's wild to see that early 2000s resurgence hitting this hard, but the demand is clearly there.
Well, we're all suckers for a well-timed comeback, Julian, but let's pivot to something a bit more sober. The news about the Dropkick Murphys ending their relationship with Wasserman Agency.
That's a heavy one. They're cutting ties over allegations connected to the Jeffrey Epstein orbit. It's part of a much broader reckoning the industry is having right now. The band hasn't been verbose about it, but the action itself speaks volumes.
It's a massive move for a band with that much legacy. They're essentially saying some things are more important than the business infrastructure you've built. It's a clean break from a very dark shadow.
It's a reminder that even in the indie or punk worlds, those ties can run deep and require a sharp knife to cut. Switching gears to a different kind of industry dominance, Taylor Swift's Eras Tour documentary just broke every streaming record in existence within its first week.
Are we even surprised? At this point, Taylor is her own economy. But what it does prove is the massive appetite for recorded live experiences. If you couldn't get to the stadium, you're watching it on your couch. And apparently, everyone is watching it.
It's the most watched concert film in the platform's history. It's a spectacle, even on a small screen. Between her and Charli and Lorde, it feels like a week where the women of pop are just completely rewriting the rules of the game.
They aren't just playing the game, they're the ones building the stadium. Whether it's Feng bringing the Shanghai underground to the West or Hilary Duff reclaiming her stage, the narrative is shifting toward longevity and global reach.
It's a good time to be a listener, Sloane. A bit overwhelming, sure, but the quality is high and the business is, well, it's ambitious.
Ambitious is one word for it. Julian, I think I'm going to go spin that Feng record and try to find some zen before the next surprise drop hits the wire.
Good call. I'll be checking the mailbox for my next vinyl shipment. This has been Stereo Current. Check us out at stereocurrent.neuralnewscast.com.
I am Sloane Rivera. Keep your ears open.
And I'm Julian Vance. We'll catch you on the flip side. Neural Newscast is AI-assisted, human-reviewed. View our AI transparency policy at neuralnewscast.com.